everybody, and thank you for taking the time to visit with me at the Capers Business Ventures Connect podcast. My name is Mel Capers, and I'm excited that you took the time to stop by and visit with me. As you can tell from my look, just a little bit different look leading into the summer months, but great things have been happening in my life, and at the same time, some things have happened tragically in our country that I thought maybe it's a great time to just take a moment and just kind of sit back and give thanks to God for allowing us just this opportunity to do His will on this side of heaven. I've been blessed recently to have had the opportunity to become a grandfather. And I think you would agree, maybe this is a grandfather look, but I feel great inside and feel good all over because I have a wonderful grandson, I have a beautiful daughter, and I just have a tremendous son-in-law. And they're doing great things in a very short period of time, and I'm extremely proud of them for everything they've accomplished in such a short period of time. And you know what I'm reflecting on now is my grandson. Just to watch him as a brand new born baby and now a few months old, it's just a miracle in itself. And as you know, recently there's been so many tragedies in our country, and it just got me to thinking, because the people who have been victims of the silly shooting and killings and mass shootings that we seem to always be having never knew them, never will know them, but I have so much compassion for them and their family, and I just feel so badly that they lost loved ones, especially the loved ones who are just little children. It's incomprehensible to think that anyone would want to take the life of another human being, much less an innocent child. And as I said, looking at my grandson, it just made me think, you know, we were blessed to have a child. We were blessed to have a grandchild. We're blessed to watch a child grow into an adult. But to have a young child who, in elementary school, probably the biggest concern or the biggest goal for that child is to just be with friends and have a good time. Have a good time growing together, laughing and playing together. I just feel some kind of way to think that after serving in the military for 27 years and knowing that I was in places around the world where the potential of me being wounded or even worse was a part of putting on the uniform. And that's a part of what military people do. And also other people who serve this country in different capacity, away from home and away from family most of the time. But we sign up for that, and we prepare for that. We prepare for the worst because it's a part of what we do. As a child in elementary school, a child never has to prepare, or should never have to prepare herself or himself to wonder if he or she is going to make it back home at the end of the day. That is a sad thought for a child in elementary school who all they want to do is play with their friends, be around their friends, and grow with their friends, to not come back home. You know, I believe that everything people do has a motivation. There's a motivation behind what every one of us does. It causes us to do the things we do. I just cannot wrap my mind around the thought process or the motivation behind someone having a weapon and going to an elementary school to slaughter children who just want to be with their friends. And most of the time, people who commit such heinous crimes usually don't make it out of it. Most of the times. And somehow there are people who think, oh, that's okay. That person was also killed. Listen to the point. Parents and grandparents and siblings and relatives, they may never know, and probably never did, never will know the person who committed the crimes. But they will always know their family members, especially the children who didn't get to come home. All they wanted to do is go play with their friends. I think the biggest question a child has getting ready to go to school is, number one, what are they going to eat for lunch? And number two, when are they going to be able to play with their friends? So why would anybody decide to go and make an elementary school or any school a battleground? I don't get it. Then you have many people who are in politics who are defending the right to bear arms as if being at an elementary school is a place where you need to bear arms. Logically, I just can't wrap my head around that. I just can't wrap my head around that. Now, I'm not here to talk about one party versus another party. I think that is just a part of the way we live today, and just the silliness that's happening in our country. I think what's most important about what's been going on is, what type of people do we want to be known as? What type of people are we as Americans who are okay or feel that it's not that critical that we do something to change the mindset of many? So it's okay to have a weapon. It's okay to go into a movie theater or go into a school, elementary school, and decide to end the lives of not only the children or the victims, but the lives of all the loved ones who have to suffer from day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, just thinking about their loved ones being gone, being lost, funeralizing them. And today we live in a world where the rhetoric is absolutely absurd. There's big talk, there's so much loud conversation now about the Supreme Court and the Roe v. Wade issue and abortion rights. I want you to think about this statement, because I've been thinking about it. There are many people who are saying the unborn child has rights to be born. But at the same time, you get many of the same people who are making these types of claims who are saying the unborn child has a right to be born. Abortion is wrong. But when that child is born and is young and has an entire life ahead, I guess they have the right to be slaughtered. It's almost as if human beings are being harvested to be born so that they can be hunted down and slaughtered. The logic just does not come together. To make as much noise in the political arena to say that unborn children deserve the right to be here. There should be no such thing as abortion. But yet when the children are born, barely walking, barely living, learning what going to school and having friends are all about, dreaming about lunch, it's okay for someone who has had a life to buy a weapon and mow them down. I think almost on a daily basis, not only on Memorial Day, but almost on a daily basis, of Arlington National Cemetery and any type of military cemetery. Think about all of the hundreds of thousands upon hundreds of thousands of military members who have lost their lives to defend the United States of America. To defend freedom. And what we give back in return as a part of our freedom is days after days after days of slaughter against people who are Americans, who are not the enemy of the state. And people who are in decision-making bodies are willing to say, that's just a part of us being who we are. That's okay. It's always okay until it happens to you. The likelihood that it happens to you and me is getting more clearer and more obvious and more real. We have to do something. I'm doing something now. I'm talking about it. I sat back for a very long time and I said, I'm frustrated, just like many of you are frustrated about what are we doing as a nation? Why is there so much hate? Why is there so much hate in our nation? Especially from people who are saying that they're Christians. The logic is not there. I don't understand. We've been crying until our tears are all dried up. We don't have any more tears. Our heart breaks for the family members who've lost their loved ones, for the children who are being buried before they're even in their teen years. Our heart breaks. We can't just say, well, it's another shooting, and turn the channel and watch a sporting event. We can't say that it's just another shooting, they'll figure it out. There are going to be elections. The people of our country need to be involved in the election. Elections are not about who wins and who loses. Elections are about where is this country going? Where do we want our country to be 5, 10, 20 years from now? We have to live with each other. Each one of us has a right to live in this country, free from fear. There are too many shootings. There are too many mass murders. Our children are not the enemy of this country. Our people are not the enemy of this country. We need to be involved with the elections. We need to vote for the people who will represent us so we can move beyond the silliness and the hate. I feel so badly for the family of the lost victims in all of the shooting. We as a people absolutely must do better.